Hey everyone, a couple of days ago I posted a video showing off my maglev train design, and I had a couple of people commenting asking for a tutorial. So I thought, why not do that? So here we are. As you can see, the track is over there, but we're going to start from scratch. So first of all, you want to start with a foundation. 4x4 works great. Technically you only really need the one foundation piece, but we're going to do this, and you're going to want to go to your builds and pull out the dynamic foundation and give yourself a bit of room. There you go. You want to come around to this side, and you're going to go to building parts across the floors and down to wood thin floor 3. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to line it up with the very edge of your dynamic foundation. So as you can see, if you put that under, it's going to line up with the very edge. So that's why I'm going to put one here, I'm going to put one there, and that's going to be the bottom track for our maglev train. So we're going to want to break this. After we've done that, we're going to build the bottom track out just a little bit, just so we have a little bit of working room. And we are going to want to place another dynamic foundation on there as another reference. Now technically you don't need to do this if you don't feel like using up dynamic foundations, particularly if you're in survival. You can count the studs. So as you can see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 stud gap between the two bottom rails, and then we're gonna have the top track. So we're going to come over here, we're going to build up. We're going to go 1 2 3 4 5, come up on this side, go 1 2 3 4 5, and then for the top track, you don't need to do this, but it's just how I've been building it. You're going to snap it on and you move it one stud to the side like that. And as we can see here, snap it on, one stud to the side. So there's a 10 stud gap between the top track. And once again, we're going to come out here, we're going to extend the track like this. And there's the foundation for your track, and you can extend this as far as you need to get to wherever you want to go, but for the purpose of this, we're just going to leave it this length right now. Alright, so now that that's done, you know how to build the track. We're going to come over to my actual track.
A few moments later.
So now that we're here, we've built our track. I'm going to bring you over to the real track so I can show you how we build the actual train. So we're going to come over and we're going to line up a dynamic foundation perfectly, as you can see, with that 12 stud gap that we talked about before. We're going to first come underneath the foundation, so you want to make sure your track has a good bit of elevation so you can get under. We're going to go to our toy menu and we're going to get these small wheels. You want to make sure, I've seen a lot of tutorials say you want it to be hugging, where it's almost like clipping into the rail. I've had some issues with this, so I prefer to just have it one off. And as you can see here, I'm going to have it one off, come to the back, one off, and one off. And what these wheels are going to do, they're going to basically keep the train aligned properly to the track. And I might just going to keep it aligned to the track, make sure it doesn't jolt around and slip out the side. Anyway, once we've got those on, we're going to come back up to the top, and we're actually going to design the reversing mechanism, which might be a bit confusing, but it's going to make sense later. So you're going to want to come over to building parts and across to supports, and what you're going to want is the palatial pillar, because it's just made of wood, nice and cheap. So that's what we like cheap, and we're going to place it here. Once you build that, come back over to building parts, you want to go to foundations, and you want to just going to line it up like so. Your wood foundation on top, And now we're going to add our thrusters for reversing. So I like to just use 2 small thrusters. It's nice and easy to control, and it's also doesn't really get in the way too much. So we're going to go 1 there, 1 there, nice and symmetrical. And so we can come over here and break it. It's going to fall just on top there. And the reason we need to put thrusters on first is because if you broke that bottom piece before putting the thrusters on, the top piece will just break as well. But when it has thrusters on it, it's what's called a dynamic object in Lego Fortnite. So it will just exist as sort of like this object in the world. So the next step after you've done that, you want to come over to building parts, across 2 fences, and we're going to get the plank railing number 1. I'm going to spin it around so the flat side is facing our reversing bit, and we're going to put it there. And what this is going to do is when you're activating the reversing part, like we're going to do now, it's going to stop it from flying off the front of the train. Alright, so now that we've done that, we're almost done. We just need to add our forward thrusters. So we're going to get small thrusters again. They're nice and easy to control, and you're going to want to make sure they're nice and symmetrical again. So I just like to have these 2 here, 2 thrusters, and I'm going to come up to the top. We're going to add our lever for going forward. We're almost done. Last step, this is the maglev, is we're going to add a balloon here and a balloon here. It doesn't really matter where you add them as long as they're symmetrical and not too far towards the front and too far towards the back. If they're sort of in the middle, I probably wouldn't go much further back than this, then that'll be fine. And we're done. So if you test your train design, you pull this lever and go forward along the tracks. And if we want to go backwards, pull this lever and we head back along the track. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I hope the tutorial was good, and let me know what you want to see next in Lego Fortnite. See ya!